My name is Ken Lumpkin. We're doing a chat with County Exec candidate Ken Hall. How you doing this afternoon, Ken?
I'm doing all right, Ken. Thanks for inviting me.
How's the campaign?
It's a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of people all over the county and learning about what their concerns are. Everybody has a little different slice depending on where they live. People in Burlington have some concerns. People in Dover have others. People in Waterford have other concerns, and people in the city of Racine have concerns. I'm more familiar with those because I live here, but it's important for county government to incorporate everybody.
That's kind of a good lead into one of the questions I have to ask. One of the things that we are finding out is that we have a enormous unemployment problem here in Racine. As a candidate for county exec and as your county supervisor now, how do you look at that problem and how can you address that problem as far as it's concerning the minority community? What are some of the things you think need to happen?
This is a very significant problem. Actually, the city of Racine, and I believe the metropolitan area that contains Racine, which is it has the highest unemployment rate in the state, and that has been the case, I believe, for 7 or 8 years at least. I was looking at some numbers in this area the other day, and comparing the performance and job creation of Racine County to Milwaukee County and also to Kenosha County, and what I realized was that we're falling farther behind. We're falling farther behind in relation to them, and that's why we need to be more active in what we're doing. I was a very strong supporter for KRM Rail, not because it's got all the answers for us, but I believe that we're going to get a lot of jobs from constructing it. It's going to connect us to the markets above us and below us so that people can come here to work, and the people that are in Racine County can also go to Milwaukee, go to Chicago, go to Kenosha to work as well. In addition to that, we need to make sure that our local people get a fair share of the jobs that are available here, whether it's working on county projects, whether it's working to build the KRM rail line, whether it's working to build I-94. Supervisor Lumpkin was a leader in this area because he proposed some of the first county resolutions that would set aside or set specific goals for minority hiring. The goal was set at 5%. I believe that a more proper goal would match the number of people that live in our community, and I believe that would put the goal somewhere in the 20 or 30% range, depending on who all you include in that number. But we have a good start on this. We need to go much farther, and I would be a very strong supporter of that. Kind of the flip side of the unemployment problem that we have is we have a very high rate of incarceration in our community, and in part I believe these are connected very closely together, and the better job we do on the employment situation, the less problem we're going to have with crime in the city. So these things go together, and we need to pay attention to the employment problem.
You was strongly voiced against jail expansion, building a jail. It actually passed the county board, and I think to the tune of pretty close to about $20 million. Do you think the expansion of the jail is going to answer the problem of crime?
Actually, I don't, Ken. And the $20 million doesn't include the interest. If you include the interest, that'll take you up to a $30 million figure. It's $1.5 million that we're going to have to spend just for the next 20 years to pay for that jail. The reason that I fought so hard on the jail issue, and I believe it was wrong for Racine County to expand our jail, was that we really don't need a bigger jail. What we need is a better criminal justice system. A lot of the people that are in that jail aren't dangerous. They've made mistakes. They have their issues. The best place to deal with those issues is out in the community, under monitoring, under surveillance. But those people need help with drug or alcohol treatment. They may need help to get employable skills. They may have other issues. But typically, one of the reasons I was so strongly against the jail expansion was because I'm a little bit familiar with what best practices are in this area. And had we looked around at what other counties are doing or what people are doing in other states, we would have realized that adding a couple hundred low security jail beds is exactly the wrong direction. It's very expensive, in the first part. In the second part, La Crosse County is eliminating those kind of beds completely. Dane County is looking to do the same thing. Waukesha County is cutting way back. Had we done our research, we could have saved a lot of money. That would have given us much more resources that we could devote to unemployment or some of the other quality of life issues that we need to have a cohesive community. So when you make expensive mistakes, like spending too much on expanding the jail, you have less resources to deal with to solve your real problems.
As a county exec candidate, what do you feel about minority business? Do you feel that they should be a included part in the economic development plan that the county has, and as we expand and try to attract other business, should we be doing something to try to help minority businesses also?
I think helping minority businesses flourish in the city of Racine is important from a number of ways. You're building an entrepreneurial culture. You're helping people become small business people. That builds the kind of people that you want to have in the community. It creates jobs. We need to do everything we can to make that happen, whether that's providing services to small businesses to help them flourish, whether that's providing a good infrastructure of safe streets, clean air and water, so that we have a community that people want to come to. I don't think we can do enough to help minority business flourish. We need to measure how well we're doing with minority business starts in the city. I don't think we're doing a very good job in that area, and that tells us that we need to do more to encourage that.
One of the things that I guess you get asked quite often at any type of forum or debate is, what makes you feel you're the best candidate?
I view leadership as 80% listening. To be a good leader, you have to solve the right problem, and to know what the right problems are to solve, you have to be listening to your community and reaching out to everyone. I would like to serve in that capacity. As I've observed county government over the last several years, I think that the county government hasn't listened as well as it should to the community. We're doing things in the county, perhaps that a lot of residents aren't interested in. When your taxes go up and you're getting the same service that you got last year, like people in the western part of the county who had their special education service districts broken up, and then they got handed the bill for that. That creates a lot of tension east-west county, and that's frustrating for people. And so if you're not a good listener, you're going to be solving problems that don't exist and creating issues that are contentious for the community. I believe as leaders, county government needs to be a better listener, and I would work to do that. And I would need the flip side of that is we would need the community to be ready and willing to participate with government to help government make better choices.
On April the 3rd, which is a Tuesday, people will be going to the polls. And I know you probably would like for them to vote for you. To our readers and the viewers of this particular clip, what would you like to say to them in closing?
In closing, I would like to say that a vote for Ken Hall is a vote for a change in the direction of county government. We've been on a path where we seem to be preparing for failure rather than setting the stage for success. We need to be working harder on economic development, and we need to be paying attention to preventing problems rather than solving them after the fact. That's the kind of leader I would be. A vote for me is a vote for a better future for Racine County.
We want to thank you again, Supervisor Ken Hall, and wish you luck in your candidacy for county exec. Thank you.
Thank you.